Hello everyone, Hamas28 here, back in the world of Reclamation, and I've been a silly guy. In multiple ways, more than one. More than usual, actually. So I realized I couldn't figure out how to get the cuprosa, however you say that, the copper plant to grow until I realized it needs to grow on gravel, not dirt. Fun fact. You actually gather a lot of information from this, like how the picture will show you that it grows on gravel and not dirt. As you can see, it can grow in as low as 10, but it needs dry, low, and slightly alkaline conditions, which is what gravel is. But now that I did that, it's finally growing. At 12.5%, it goes quite slow, but it's going to make infinite copper. And then the other way I was being silly, I was wasting so much time making mercury when I realized it gave us the sal ammoniac crystals for a reason. You can put water in here to get the sal ammoniac liquid, right? But it turns out, if you just right click it, you can turn it into the crystal. And you can put the crystal in both of these machines. One to make, which one is this? The alchemical salt minerals, and to make mercury shards. And one crystal produces 2 mineral salt and 5 of the whatchamacallit. So let me keep cooking that up. 5 of the mercury shards. So we have just enough iron to continue on our way through the quest book. So next we're going to make the witch's oven, which we're going to need 2 iron bars for some reason, like so. And then if we just search witches, oh, it's right here. Witch's oven. We'll go ahead and put it over here. Yeah, that looks like a witch's oven. And we'll sleep through the night, just so we don't get attacked by anything. Done. Gives us 4 clay jars. Then we're also going to make a fume funnel. Perhaps. Let's see. We'll need a bucket of lava. We'll need a block of iron. We'll also need 2 blocks of copper. And a bucket of lava. So let's see. Where's our closest lava source? It's going to be to the east. To the east. That way. That way, right? Yes. So let's grab a bucket of lava. Ooh, a bone. Can always use the fertilizer. Let's check on our bees. Desiccated, dried, and wasteland. Let's see. Put you guys in here. Dried and desiccated. I did have a dried princess at one point. I don't know. They disappeared on me. Let's see. 3 desiccated. 2 desiccated and a wasteland. Let's see, dried, and we'll use the desiccated. So dried, desiccated, desiccated, and wasteland. Okay, let's go get our lava. Seen it before. And then we'll come right back. Lava. Also low on food. We should have a bunch of... This is already growing, so I can steal this. And what are you growing? This is wheat. Let's see, throw nothing in there. Make some bread. And let's craft. So we're going to make our fume funnel. We need caminite plates. Thought I had... That's caminite bricks. I only made 2. I thought I made more. So that's going to take 1 sand and 4 clay. Like so. There we go. And are these cooked? They are cooked. 1, throw that in there. Let that cook for a second. Sort our inventory. Don't need this or the iron bars. Actually, we do need the iron bars, right? We do. We need exactly 1. Use the bone to make bone meal to speed up our cuprous plants. Did not help in any way, shape, or form. This plant cannot grow on a soil with this acidity. This plant cannot grow on a soil with this humidity. This plant cannot grow on a soil with these nutrients. Huh? You told me this is what you wanted. Alright, well we got the seed. See, it says soil gravel, humidity dry, slightly alkaline, nutrients low. And then when you check this out, these are carrot seeds. You grew carrots on gravel? You tricked me. I thought you were copper seeds. That's why it wasn't growing. I wasted my time. No matter. Let's see, 22332. It is a slightly better carrot seed, which I like. So we'll plant you over here. That way we can continue breeding our perfect crops. Our 4 plates, fume funnel, don't forget our bucket. Let's see, I think you just put this on the top, right? It's tiny. When placed next to a witch's oven, raises the chance of getting fumes from items. Now gold leaf. Now you have to find a way to turn the nascent life energy within the tree into some form of grass. There was a ritual, you remember, that was able to condense said energy into a special seed. Witchcraft can help you here. Brew up some brilliant fiber, apply it to some tree leaves, and watch it spread. Once you have enough, break the leaves. The gilded leaves you will get will be able to crush into fine gold dust, which is perfect for the ritual. So brilliant fiber is going to take odor of purity and a whiff of magic. Odor of purity is take hawthorn sapling, which we don't have. Odor of purity, we definitely don't have a distillation set up. So we need a hawthorn sapling. Use mutandis to transmute plants into hawthorn sapling. Actually, maybe I have one in here. Rowan, acacia, birch, alder. No, we don't have that specific plant. Also the spinning wheel using bone needle in this. And a spinning wheel takes an attuned stone, which we definitely don't have. Then gold leaves comes from the golden leaf. So we're gonna have to get, and then a whiff of magic is the rowan sapling. So we can get this one, rowan sapling. In here, in there, some fuel. To make a whiff of magic. Huh? Huh? Rowan sapling, it doesn't say there's a % chance, it just says you do this and then you get that, but then it didn't work. I don't get it. We're gonna need more of this. More rowan saplings to try again. Let's see, we're gonna need a lot more bone meal as well. Let's see, what do we have a lot of? We have a lot of wolfsbane. We're not really eating the carrots. Not really eating the potatoes. Alright, see if this tree will grow. Nope, we're unlucky. Let's see, are you growing? No. Just have to try. Let's see, we'll need that. We can't progress without this. And what was the other one? Odor of purity, which takes a hawthorn sapling. Which means we need more mutandis, and mutandis was belladonna, water, and bone meal. Why does everything take so much bone meal in this pack? I would have killed more skeletons if I knew that. Let's see. Gotta be careful not to pick that one. again. Alright, we're going to turn all of this into bone meal. Luckily, some of these plants do have higher stats on it. Okay, you can't use icy needles. We could also use our rotten flesh, but I kind of need that for other things. Alright, let's see if we can force the growth. There we go. And more saplings. Okay, 2 more. Let's see if this one will yield us our odor. Nothing's happening. Do I need to put this again? Okay. Weird. It said there was still fire in there. And it still didn't work. Am I just unlucky? Raise the chance of getting fumes from items. The witch's oven is used to distill saplings into special magic fumes, which are especially potent. But it says nothing. I mean, this says raise the chance, but it says nothing about what the chance is, which is quite annoying. Because that means we're going to need a bunch of hawthorn saplings. Well, night is falling. If I can hunt some skeletons, I can get more bone meal. And then we can hopefully get some more of the materials we need. Alder sapling. Mutandis. Let's see. Can I craft one? Water artichoke and belladonna. Water artichoke. Belladonna. And we're going to take 3 buckets of water. Wait for it to boil. Double check we're doing it in the right order. Belladonna, artichoke, bone meal. Belladonna, artichoke, bone meal. Looks like it's boiling. Belladonna, artichoke, and bone meal. It's mixing. It'd be nice if it had a visual indicator like Eidolon. That's probably the only nice thing I'll say about Eidolon. Skeleton over there. Any other skeletons? One over there alone. Okay, through Mutandis, let's kill the skeleton to get some bone meal. Hopefully he doesn't kill us. Just gotta bob and weave. Perfect. Okay. Now let's convert some more saplings. What sapling were we looking for? It was the hawthorn. The hawthorn sapling. So let's see, there's some over here. Just one, actually it said we might be able to convert this like so. Oak. Useless. Useless, useless. Okay, we have 3 more. 3 more chances. Belladonna. Water artichoke. And let's try again. Alright, we got 1 hawthorn sapling. So now we just need the hawthorn and the rowans to keep growing so we can get more of their saplings. So that we could turn them into fumes. See, we're gonna have to chop down this spruce as well. The spruce has its own uses for making podzol, which we'll do in a bit. Okay, plant this rowan as well. What is that? Rowan berries, a light snack. Cool. I'm gonna save this. I wish I had more bone meal. Because now we have to wait on these saplings to grow. So I guess we'll just wait, and then I'll come back once I have a little stockpile going. Let's see, let's try doing this rowan sapling. See if we get lucky. And we didn't. Okay, so it's not a 33% chance, or if it is, we're just very unlucky. And we don't have anything in here that's useful, so I guess we'll just have to wait for these trees to grow. So I guess I'll see you guys. Let's see, is this growing? I forgot to put the other stick. That's why it's not growing. Alright, hopefully that will become the copper flower pretty soon. In the meantime, I guess I'll wait here until we have a bunch of saplings. Alright, we got one whiff of magic, and luckily the hawthorn tree grows extremely big. So with 18 saplings, we're definitely gonna get this one, right? Like 100%. I wonder what the odds are, because if I did like 10 just to get one, and this is a boosted percent chance, and it seems like it's like 5%, and there we go, the odor of purity. So now that we have this, we can make the brilliant fiber. We're gonna need one string and one wolf's bane. There's our string. Let's grab the wolf's bane from our chest. This is wolf's bane, right? Gotta fill this with water first. Let that cook. And then to make our brilliant fiber, we need the purity, string, wolfsbane, whiff of magic. Purity, string, wolfbane, whiff of magic. Okay, it's boiling. Purity, string, wolfbane, whiff of magic. It'll do its thing, and it will create brilliant fiber that will then apply to some tree leaves. So we need a tree that's very big, has a lot of leaves, and I think it's gonna be this one again. The hawthorn. This hawthorn tree grows quite big, so let's replace this one here, see if we can get it to grow. And looks like it's done. You get 2 brilliant fibers out of it. So now we need the gold leaf, which means we have to wait for this tree to grow. Again. So I guess we'll be back in a second once it's done growing. Alright, well, we got unlucky. This tree isn't massive, but hey, we have 2 of these, so we can try again later. Golden leaves. Now, according to this, apply it to some tree leaves and watch it spread. Once you have enough, break it and you'll get gilded leaves, which you can use to make fine gold powder. So we're just gonna have to leave this again and go AFK until that's done. Great mechanics, guys. I mean, there's other stuff you could work on, but I kind of want to do this, you know, sequentially. So there's not really much I can do other than wait for that. I am checking the crops as we're doing it, so I am replacing the crops with the better mutated versions as it goes on. But for now, I can't really do a whole lot. Let's see. Backpack takes leather, but there are no cows. Unless we can turn rotten flesh into... it. Saddle. Blood magic. Okay, you can make leather through blood magic, because of course. Gameplay drops. Mob drops llama, the hoglin, the foxhound, the mushroom, and mana infusion. So there are ways to get it, just not yet. So why would you tempt me with it right now? It's very annoying. And this is going very slowly. Wonder why. Well, time to go AFK and wait for this to check. Oh, I also need to check the bees. I keep forgetting about them. Let's see. This is how I'm getting... Ooh, dried princess. Another dried princess. Dried princess and dried drone. Dried princess and a desiccated. Desiccated and a desiccated. Keep on working. That's it, only 3 wood. Man, this is slow, but hey, it's free. And I'm pretty much just using that to make charcoal. Could also use some of the other logs I've gotten to make more charcoal as well. Unless I need it for something, I probably don't. Yeah, no, it's literally just a log. There's nothing specific for it. But anyways, we gotta, oh, see, it's slowly turning the other ones. That's good. So we're just gonna have to wait until we get a lot of gold leaves. So I'll be back in what for you guys will be a moment. Alright, I've been chilling for like an hour. Looks like most of it has turned into gold, so we're going to start harvesting and let it spread to the rest of these. The gold leaf. The gold powder. So let's chop this down. I'm not sure how much of this we're going to need, but if I had shears, which I could almost craft that, then you could probably save the golden leaves and just spread it around manually yourself. Okay, it's probably a good amount that we're going to need for now. I'll cut down the trees later. Oh, it wanted me to get 16 gold powder. That's funny. I did that completely by accident. Okay, so logs make a wooden stand. Here's the rowan logs. How many will we need? Book of Natural Aura, another one to add to the Akashic Tome. And we need 4 wooden stands. Huh? Oh, it's the gold leaf itself, not the powder. Whoops. Okay, get some more powder. I mean, some more leaves. One, two, three, 4. Now that you have a way to conduct the ritual, you can create a pasture seed which will let you bring grass back to the world. To find out how to actually do the ritual, check out how to do a ritual of the forest in your Book of Natural Aura. Let's see. Creating aura, natural items, ritual of the forest. When starting out as a magical botanist, it proves beneficial to use the powers of nature on a more direct level before delving directly into aura itself. The ritual of the forest uses properties of gold powder to incorporate the power of natural ingredients directly into fresh growing tree, devouring it in the process, but at the same time transforming it into useful tools and items. To construct this ritual, one has to place gold powder in the configuration shown on the next page, with some wooden stands around that which will hold the ingredients. Then the correct sapling must be placed in the middle, and either through some kind of fertilizer or the inevitability of time, its growth will cause the ritual to start. Note that care needs to be taken as rituals require specific types of saplings. Preparing the ritual of the forest, it is not required to have all wood stands present. Visualize. Okay, let's do it in this patch over here. Let's see, it said we don't need all of these, and the quest book only made us get 4, so that'll probably work. These are our gold powder to draw a circle. And then it wants an oak sapling. I don't think we have any oak saplings. We do not. We can try to get one through the power of mutation. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky. We didn't get lucky. Which means we'll have to make more mutandis. Creating wooden stands. Yeah, it needs an oak sapling. Oh wait, this is something else. Together with the ritual, knowledge of tokens can be gained. Wooden figurines depicting key emotions created from trees infused with their respective symbols. These figurines contain a combination of the vast power of aura itself and the power of the emotions they represent. Going forward, these tokens will be a key construction ingredient. Okay, so it is showing oak. So we're gonna need oak saplings for this, which means we need more mutandis, which means we need more bone meal. Luckily, we do have a lot of crops, so we can get some more bone meal. I planted a lot more wheat, as you can see, and I did figure out how to get the copper growing. As you can see, it wasn't growing because you have to waterlog it. Bam! Copper nuggets. We can now grow copper. It's not super great, as you could see. Has a fertility of 3 and a growth of 2, which is nice. It has a mutativity of 4 though, 4-2, which is really good. If I get more carrot, more cuprosha, which I'm trying to do over here. Yeah, there we go, we got one more. I'm gonna plant it next over here and then see if we can crossbreed them to see if we can keep getting more efficient versions. Okay, so let's go to sleep. Awesome. Now let's make our bone meal. Because we're going to need quite a lot of mutandis, I think. Let's see, sadly this is very inefficient, but we do have access to a lot of material. Okay, so that's 3. 9 I think should be enough. Let's see, mutandis, belladonna, and water artichoke. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you've seen this before, so we're just going to go ahead and skip that for you guys so you don't have to see me repeat this process once more. Alright. Took longer than expected, but we have our oak sapling. So we can go ahead and plop this guy right here. Now we could turn off the guideline. And bone meal. And bone meal. Actually, I think I'm a fool. To construct this ritual, which will hold the ingredients. Nothing happened. Oh, okay. So that's why nothing happened. So we actually needed a birch sapling. And it did want this one. We just didn't need oak leaves, which means I wasted my time. But hey, at least we have an oak tree just in case we do need these in the future. At least now we don't have to chase it down, and we do get apples out of this, which is nice. Okay, so what do we gotta do? Ritual of the forest. Using some saplings. So we need a hay bale. So we're gonna need some more wheat. Quite a lot of it, actually. Hay bale. Goes here. We're gonna need any kind of seed, and then those two. So we do have, I'm not using my cuprosa seed. Took a long time to get that. Let's see, we have some low quality wheat seeds. Right there. Eat these rowan berries. Now we need Hint of Rebirth and Breath of the Goddess. Breath of the Goddess is birch saplings. We're gonna need one as well for the ritual. We only have 2. Which means we're gonna need to plant these guys. Get some more. Come on. This is perfect conditions to grow. I used 4. Why did you not grow? Okay. And then this one, Hint of Rebirth, takes the spruce saplings, which we actually do have a lot of these. I thought I had way more than 4. What task requires the saplings? Did not mean to pin that. Plants galore. Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Huh? What tree? Oh, this one. You can make podzol. Once grown, we'll convert the dirt into podzol, which is good for the flowers. Let's see, so we're gonna have to plant these as well. And just wait. Unless I can get enough stuff here to grow them faster. But it's not looking good, not looking good. Alright, more waiting, gotta wait on trees. We'll be back in a second. Alright, took 15 minutes, but we got both of the breaths. we're gonna need... Where is our... Oh, we're gonna need one of these birch saplings to fulfill the ritual. So birch sapling in the middle, hint of rebirth on the left. Hint of rebirth on the left. Breath of the goddess on the right. Sapling in the middle. And now we wait for it to grow. Isn't that a fun mechanic, waiting for trees to grow? God. I love it, actually. It's so fun to sit around and wait. Don't you? Okay, let's get some bone meal, see if we can finish this off faster. Right, bunch of carrots. Usually takes about 4 bone meal to make a tree fully grow in this pack for some reason. Even when I put a ton of space and they're in direct sunlight. Okay, let's see if this works. And it didn't. Okay, maybe one more bone meal. Any other plant I can harvest? This one. These are all done. You're done. Some more copper. Put away that in the snowball, because that's useless. Come on, just one more. Please. Okay. Come on, tree, I need you to grow. It's not growing. Why? It is the right configuration, I want to make sure. Ritual of the Forest, birch sapling, any seed, hay bell, rebirth, breath of the goddess. Breath of the goddess, hint of rebirth, birch sapling, gold powder, seed, other wheat, hay bale. This should be good to go, so why aren't you going? It pains me, it really does. Also, with how much plants are in here, in the plants galore, I'm gonna need a lot more farmland in order to get every single plant, as you could see. Huh, pineapple comes from corn. I want to see that. Pineapple seeds? Where is it? Pineapple seeds. Huh. Wonder why it's not... No, that's uses. I want to see how to get it. Pineapple. Pineapple seeds, yeah, plant product of the pineapple. But where are your parents? There we go. Corn and spinach makes pineapple interesting. Okay, it's still growing. Still growing. I was stalling for time so the plants could finish planting. Let's see if we can get one more bone meal. Let's see, put away that. We do have some more carrots in here and some potato. I'm gonna look up and the tree's gonna be there. Okay, 3 bone meal. Can we get a 4th? No. Alright, tree. This is your final chance. I need you to grow. Now! Now! It's working. It's working! Finally, it only took 10 bone meal. Or was it 9? I'm not sure. This Enderman better not come over here. Something's happening. Takes all the material to make pasture seeds. And we're done. We've completed the quest. 16 more bone meal. Using some sapling fumes and plant life, you can create pasture seeds. Special seeds that will place an area of grass on nearby dirt. Due to a bug in the mod, watering cans will not work to start the ritual of the forest. Oh, probably you could watering can the sapling and it would grow. Alright, well let's see if this works. It should turn this into grass. I'm holding my breath. Okay, dried earth don't work. It has to be dirt, which means we're gonna need a lot more dirt. So let's see. We actually do have access to a lot of dirt here. I just need to swap out the mineral salts for our strata. Take our sulfur. Sulfur goes in there. Dirt goes in there. We have 25 mercury. So if we cook some of this, let's see, how much do we have? 52, 25, so 3 should suffice. Let's quickly make some dirt, and then we'll be done. And that will let us convert the dirt into grass. So let's take a look at the next chapter. And wow, this is a much bigger chapter with a lot more going on. Grass. You've done it. You finally have grass. It's not exactly green, but you can bone meal a large area of it and get flowers. And this is where the podzol comes into play. You need to plant flowers on podzol. Let's see, the nether. You can use a bucket to strategically place lava and water to make a nether portal frame. It's not ideal, but it's definitely easier than trying to mine obsidian with an iron pickaxe. Similar to the overworld, the nether is bare of ores and even more devoid of life. There are 0 spawns there and only 1 biome. You can also make obsidian on the natural altar, but be warned it's costly aura-wise. Then bottling sunlight. You felt strange tingling on your skin ever since you woke up. You think this might be a manifestation of aura, a natural phenomena that might enable you to further harness. I did not read that sentence at all. Right. To get started, craft a bottle and cork and right-click the air to gather aura for further study. Glass bottle and planks. We're going to need some sand for that. I think I have some sand. Just enough to make a glass bottle. Put that in there. I wasted some saplings by forgetting to put the clay jars in here. But it's entirely possible that they didn't make anything. And let's see, how do you make the cork? Is just planks. Use the oak. Wait on this while we get the dirt. I'm not sure how big of a area it's gonna make, but I think I'll just spread it down over here. 44 dirt, nice. Make our glass bottle. Combine it with planks to make a bottle and cork. Put that away. Right click the air. A taste of sunlight. Bottled sunlight. Done. I wonder what you use that for. Guess we'll find out later. I'll put that away for now. In the meantime, let's spread the earth around. Let's see. We'll expand this way because this is already where the farmland's at. And then we got 44, so this should make a pretty nice sized area. Yeah, I'll fill that in later. And let's place this in the middle. Okay, that looks like that's it. That was very underwhelming. But now this will spread to the other dirt blocks and we'll get some more of this very, very dry and aged grass. But that's good. It's going to spread. That means I can make more dirt and continue to reclaim this land and expand our farm. In the meantime, I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you guys next time.